Many of you may view travel insurance as, at best, an unnecessary expense, or at worst, a complete ripoff. But as the coronavirus continues to spread across the globe, more and more travelers are considering it. I looked it up, and Google searches for travel insurance are way up too. But is travel insurance worth the cost? Andrea Stanley is with the law firm Brown and Crouppen. Andrea, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thanks
we appreciate
for having
it.
me. Thank you.
So what does a typical travel insurance policy usually cover?
Like any other insurance, you don't necessarily want to have it, but you definitely need it. You definitely want to have it in case you need it. So in terms of coverage, travel insurance can cover a few things. Travel cancellations, travel interruptions can be covered. So in the instance of an unlikely illness or a natural disaster, perhaps travel insurance can step in and cover that expense. But a word of caution, as you mentioned, coronavirus, a lot of these travel insurance policies have gotten in front of cancellations having to do with coronavirus.
Right.
They are now deeming the coronavirus as a foreseen event, and that's not covered.
We're basically beyond that tipping point that the insurance companies are saying, where if you're booking your travel now and buying your insurance now, you should be well aware that coronavirus is a threat. So in essence,
you're assuming the risk.
Right. Medical expenses, as you say, may be covered, but what about a medical evacuation? If something happens, you need to be moved somewhere other than where you are for treatment.
Yeah, so the difference is with medical expenses, if you get hurt or injured or ill while you're on vacation, those expenses are probably going to be covered under travel insurance. But a medical evaluation may not be covered, and those are instances in which you are moved out of the country of your travel back to the U.S. for treatment. So that probably may not be covered in your policy.
Got it. So bottom line, $1 million question, do you think it's worth it?
I do think it's worth it. You definitely have to kind of weigh some considerations. So, a weekend trip to Branson is probably not as expensive personally for you as, let's say, a month in Australia.
Sure.
Also, you want to consider if you're bringing a lot of personal electronics or things of value. If you are, you definitely want to have travel insurance for that kind of stuff. And also, check with your credit card company. There may be trip cancellation coverage under your credit card company. So you might want to check that also.
And I feel like anytime a lawyer is sitting in that seat, they're going to tell us, and today's no exception, read the language of the policy, and when you're done, read the language of the policy again.
Absolutely, no question. You definitely want to read the policy language of your travel insurance policy. There may be exclusions in that policy language that you want to know about well in advance of your travel plans, so make sure to read it twice.
And be advised, as Andrea rightfully pointed out, a lot of these policies have already gotten ahead of COVID-19 and the spread of the coronavirus and have made changes. You have to be your own advocate. Ask these questions if you really want to know.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you.
We really appreciate it. If you would like to get in touch with Brown and Crouppen, turns out you can call them anytime. They've set up this phone line. It's brilliant. It's all twos. 314-222-2222. Or you can visit their website 24/7. That would be getbc.com. She says it's worth it, Kent.
Well, you know what? If you've ever talked with anyone or read a story about anyone who's had to fly home from, say, Europe or South America because of an illness and have to have medical treatment, it can absolutely ruin a family financially. So you have to make sure that you're covered for things like that.
As she said, it's something you want to have, but hope you never have to use.
Right, and
like
you
so
want to
many
make sure, like you said, that the language, you need to be aware of what is covered and what isn't.
For sure.
That's right.
It's important. Thank you. Great conversation there.